What's cracking, guys? It's Rido here, and welcome back to another trip on the Rido roller coaster. And today on the roller coaster, we're gonna take a trip of Rido news. So I've done a previous one of this before, where I talked about Mashima's announcement for his new manga. But today, guys, we have some new news on it. We've got some new news. We have a name for this manga. So today, let's get strapped in and let's take a trip on the Rido roller coaster through this news. So let's get started. So Mashima recently stated for his worldwide viewers that I'm bringing you a next series pretty soon, and I can assure you it's going to be full of surprises and excitement. Please look forward to it on June 26th. So Mashima stated that, and he's telling us a new series is coming, which we already were aware of. So his new manga is going to have a first worldwide release in Chinese, English, French, Korean, and Thai. And I'm guessing obviously Japanese, you know. So but this is news But the news that we've been waiting for is the release of the title of the manga, and that is come, Eden Zero, or as it's been called, and obviously a lot of sources such as Crunchyroll have kind of accepted that. But a picture recently has been released of the full cast. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the picture of the full cast, and we're going to have a little look at it, and you know, because it's very interesting. So we're going to go ahead and do it. So the first thing what strikes me when I'm looking at this picture is happy. So as surprising as it might be, if you're a fan of Fairy Tail, or at least you know it, it might be familiar, the blue cat pictured in the sketch, which is as Happy. And if you're a fan of Fairy Tail, at least seen it, you've seen the blue cat Happy. You know, he's probably like the icon symbol of Fairy Tail. You know, you've got to see him. So it makes me wonder, is this actually Happy, or is it a lookalike? Someone like, is he going to become like a Plu kind of character who appears in all his works? And so no surprise by saying that, Plu is in his third entry of Mashima's mangas, because he's been in Rave, he's been in Fairy Tail, and now he's going to be in Eden. So so it's not surprising, because Plu has kind of been a symbol of Mashima's work. So that doesn't surprise me there. But now let's have a look onto the actual characters. So let's go ahead and say the main character very reminds me of Natsu crossed with Grey. So the main protagonist kind of looks like a blend of Natsu and Grey. And you can kind of tell that, but he's kind of less fantasy orientated kind of clothing it looks, and a little more like modern day kind of clothing. But that's just my opinion on there. So, he's got that smile which Natsu's very famous for, and so he has that very Natsu-ish smile and grin, and his art style, as you know, is from Mashima himself, is very similar to Fairy Tail. But enough with the main character, because I have talked about him before. Now we've got also, if we look right to the protagonist, you'll find a light blondish haired girl who looks rather like Lucy, and so it seems that Mashima is continuing his track of busty female protagonists or heroines. Yeah, I know you know what I mean. You know, don't you? And then behind her, so we kind of see that also the Lucy kind of character is holding a briefcase or suitcase or a toolbox, maybe something of that nature. And behind her we have a girl who has blonde hair and like a ponytail, who shows a very similar resemblance to Wendy, but I must say, apart from she's not as flat as Wendy. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not dissing Flat. Flat is justice, remember, kids? And there's even a red haired girl over to the left of the picture, and by just looking at the back, as soon as I saw that picture I was like, Urza? They just like such a resemblance to Urza. It's kind of unbelievable, but we can't see a front view, so we don't know it's very different. But she strikes a very strong resemblance to Urza, and if we go and to the left, we have is that who I think it is? Is that Lelouch? Is Lelouch in Eden Zero? Is it just me, but does that really remind me of Lelouch? I don't know, I think it's just this kind of smug face. Just really reminds me of Lelouch. But seriously, is it just me? I don't know. It just kind of, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I don't know if it's a purple collar, it just really reminded me of Lelouch. But, past that, we've kind of looked at some of the main characters which stroke my eye. And there's a few more which do resemble, like there's an old man on the bottom right hand corner, kind of reminds me a bit of Guild Arts. And we've got some other characters who have kind of more sci-fi mechanical look. We've got a cyborg kind of guy with the blonde hair. I really like the look of him. He reminds me a bit of Generals from One Punch Man, and I think he looks pretty cool. And we have some other, they're wearing like kind of technological suits kind of thing in this one, and I find that really interesting to see what could happen here, because they got a new brand of characters. Some look very striking resemblance to other characters and tropes Mashima has done before, but that's not to say it's not going to be good. So yeah. So, Mashima has already confirmed that there might be some resemblance, as we just noticed looking through these, to the fairy tale characters. The characters of Eden Zero are going to be completely different in personality, Mashima says. Because Mashima already recognised that there is no point creating two mangas with similar characters. But we can suggest, and I bet he knows this, it's probably from his art style, because Mashima has a direct art style which kind of reflects his work. It's like we can see this through, as once Fairy Tail first came out, many characters, primary characters, very look like the predecessors of Rave Master. It's like Haru and Natsu when they first came out, Ellie and Lucy, very similar characters. I was quite surprised when I first came across Rave Master how similar they actually look. And this is in the manga, remember, so in the anime, if there is an anime, it kind of leads to, you know, you can change it colour-wise and stuff, and that's really cool. So we must also say, it's like, so we've got all these characters, but so far we know very little about the actual story of Eden Zero. But this image does tell us a little bit. It seems that a manga will be a sci-fi, mechanical, maybe more alternate, rather than the sci-fi, rather than the fantasy Mashima and magic Mashima is very famous for. But it has been said, I can show this through, Mashima has said before he's interested in exploring the sci-fi genre. Because one character, as I said, the old guy, seems to have a robotic arm. Also, we can say like the technological suits. Also, the female heroine also appears to be carrying a set of tools, like in a toolbox kind of thing. And the main protagonist has a pouch on his belt with a spanner or a tool on it. So it's kind of inferring more mechanical, maybe steampunk kind of elements. And so from inferring this image, we can expect a story to differ from the more fantasy-based plots found in Mashima's previous titled Fairy Tail and Rave Master. So that's an interesting thing right there, that he's going to explore a different genre, which might be a good move for Mashima, because I think that he could show a different, and if he's more interested in exploring this, it could lead to a more unique story, and I'm all for it. So I just want to mention this. It is important to include many fairy tale fans might be put off the new manga series because of the ending of Fairy Tail, which has given mixed responses and negative emotion to Mashima's writing style and actually just work itself. So I gotta say personally, I don't want to do too much into this, but I could have been happy with the ending. But I'm going to in this project openly. I'm not gonna have any previous thoughts of Fairy Tail. It's its own work, as we assume. I'm guessing, because it's not meant to be the sequel to Fairy Tail. It's meant to be its own new work. And so I suggest you do the same, because if you go into a project, a manga, with negative views of like, oh, his last work weren't that great, you're gonna see it in more negative light. It's just simple psychology, you know. It's like your brain is gonna say, oh, it's not, and you're gonna go into the series with negative and more likely to pick bad things about it. So I do that with all anime and manga. I like to just go, don't know anything like reviews. I never really listen to that many people's actually before I see someone. I'll look at their reviews after, so I have a plain mind, and that's what I like to do with series. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Tell me what you think of thoughts and opinions on Mashima's new work in the comment section below. So that's the end of this ride on the Rito roller coaster. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to demolish that like and subscribe button down below. And doing that, and donging that notification bell so you never miss a Rito video. So I'll see you guys on the next trip on the Rito roller coaster. See you guys, Rito out.